Do my own.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Louise.
We are back and we are talking once again. We're getting near the end of The Mistress's Daughter by A.M. Holmes. Definitely a must read.
Yes, we are almost done. This is we're probably only one or two more discussions about this book.
I will have you note that the next section, which should make you laugh. Do you see the title of it? My Father's Arse.
Yes, I did see that. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
Actually, she says ass, not arse.
Oh, does she say
Yeah.
ass? I don't know where I got
father's
arse.
ass.
I don't even say arse, but there you go.
Maybe it's your religious upbringing.
AM.
You don't feel comfortable cursing.
Sorry, AM. Okay.
AM, are you listening?
I hope so. We are still in the part that's the electronic
anthropologist. I love how it's just so, many adoptees that we talk to and our OCD, we're so good at searches, and this entire section we read is just about her meticulous and patient searching, because it really was, it was the early days of internet.
Yes.
So, and there was early DNA. She did submit to a new
you know what it was?
service.
National Geographic.
National Geographic. So this was what, 2000,
Crazy.
early aughts, I think.
Yeah. It was really, and I was very impressed. Who's the adopted genealogist that we have on our show? I wanted her to be like, hey, you got some competition here.
Yeah.
Because this is like another level of digging.
Lynn. That was Lynn.
Yes. Yep. Lynn. Because I don't think I have I don't know if I have the dig in tenacity that she does. This is a whole nother thing, because you have to go building to building. Do you think?
Well, I wonder if, because it's so at our fingertips now, that if, like I remember going to the Mormon
Oh, right, you did.
place in West LA, Santa Monica Boulevard.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't have any information then. The temple, yeah. I didn't have any information, but I went trying to find something. So
yeah, and I guess so, because before the internet was heavy duty, what it is now, you and I went building to building to open our ice cream truck, like literally.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you want something, you do it. Now I'm a little lazier with it, because somebody else prior to me and on my birth father's side did all the work on that side. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, what kind of what things stood out to you in this? I have a few little things. Like, she found out some history that was fascinating, just in general, like the history.
Well, you know what the one thing that stood out was she mentioned something about there'd been a gambler, and she's like, and money stuff, and like how that clearly went down through the generation, because her mother Ellen was, had all that stuff.
Oh, and Ellen, this part about the stepfather, I thought was the big part there, because she did figure out, right, who the stepfather was.
It took a lot. It took her a while. That was like the big piece. And finally she found it. Finally, she found the marriage certificate.
And wasn't he I might be wrong remembering, because there's a lot of details in this, but wasn't he the fourth husband?
Fourth husband.
Yeah. So Ellen had a series of men go through her life, and that man in particular, did something to her, or they're not sure, but some inappropriate situation that caused Ellen to be who Ellen was.
Mm-hmm.
And that part I was really like, wow, like, I felt like I was on this thing too, like, let's find him. And then what are we going to do to him,
Yeah. Well, I think he was long dead at that point.
Long dead. But I didn't want him to be. I wanted to like get mad at him.
And then she finally found on Norman's side, was it a cousin of Norman's or something? And she was going to meet him, and then he canceled at the last minute.
Yeah. What was up with that?
She didn't know why, but the disappointment was just, you're just that adoptees with no answers and no and having to chase and wonder and be at the will of everyone else. And, it's just, there was that theme
It's
running
constant
through.
rejection. Right
Yeah.
when you said that, she said, after that, I decided to suspend the live interview portion of the adventure, which I like. She calls it the adventure.
Yeah.
At least for now. It's too much of a setup for rejection and too painful to continually repeat. I mean, even just looking through, you're not right there too. You're looking for family. Just the rejection hits like it was a big thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not really allowed to know this.
Well, it's, the wound is never fully healed. So it's just, it's like the scab doesn't get like my toe right now, for example. Had surgery on my toe, by the way. Anyone who's wondering.
Listener, you do not want to see pictures. We will not be posting. I've seen them. I was talking to friends this weekend about the wound. We really got into a discussion about, why it's different than other wounds, because everybody has trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with people who are not adoptees. And so, you feel a little bit put on the spot, like, okay, let me go to bat for all adoptees out there and say why it's different when you're having these conversations. But it was a really open group to listening, and they're like, wow, we're learning a lot. They wouldn't know this. And that's what I think about our podcast all the time, right? Like I didn't know what I didn't know until we started doing this. And so I'm really glad that we're helping to, I don't know, just share this with the world, not just adoptees, but other people too, to go, oh, there's a big thing happening here.
Yeah. Yeah. Sharing our lived experiences and
having guests tell all of theirs and
finding that, we talk about this all the time, but just the common thread that we all share that bonds us in a way that like I don't have with other people that I know that don't share that with me.
Yeah, that's what I was telling.
Well, that's what I was trying to think earlier about the NPR, the NPR doing this series on adoptees, and they talked about that wound that adoptees all share, that others don't. So, yes.
Well, shout out to NPR for doing that. And they should, hey, NPR.
Yes.
Sarah and I would love to talk to you and give you some of our guests to speak with also.
Today was about transracial adoptees. Yes.
I mean, I can't wait to, is it coming out on a, well, we can scratch that. Yeah. Anyway, cut.
So next up is the final chapter that we will be discussing next about AM's father's ass.
Ass, ASS.
ASS, yes. It really, like, if you look at the picture, you can so see how much she looks like him.
I wish we could show it.
I know.
We can put it up with our Instagram.
Yes, exactly.
Well, I'm excited about our next guest. She's a friend of the show, so it will be fun.
Yes. See you in a couple of minutes.
See you soon.